Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Choir Robes and
Church clothes.
I'm Miss Tan.
I'm CJ.
Thank you guys for joining us once again. We
Yes.
have an interesting topic for you tonight. But before we get into that, we're going to talk about our weekend and what we did. You want to start it off, or you want me to start it off?
Sure. Okay, so this past weekend was the glorious Mother's Day.
Yes, it
Happy
was.
belated Mother's Day to
Thank
you. I
you.
think I said it, but if I didn't, hey, there you go.
All right.
So what I did was honor the mothers in my life.
Okay.
My sister and I and the gentleman, will give them some credit to my dad and my brothers.
Okay.
Basically the goal was to make sure that the women was able to rest.
Okay.
You know, because
Sounds
mothers,
good.
y'all be going
Right.
and y'all be doing
Right.
and always taking care of everybody else. So we asked them what they wanted to eat,
Okay.
but they didn't have anything to do with the cooking, the picking up, or any of that.
Okay.
So we created a little menu, like it was a nice little printed up
Wow.
menu, and they were able to sit at the table. And we kind of took their order, made it
that's
like a little
cute.
restaurant.
That's cute.
They had, little beverages and stuff they could
Yeah.
order, and we got their plates and brought it to them all the way through dessert. So,
Oh, that was really
yes,
cute.
we wanted the theme was relax,
Relax,
moms.
right.
It was hard, my mom. It
I
was
know,
hard to
right?
get her to sit
Very,
down.
very hard.
Lord
Right,
Jesus,
right.
because we had some other things but at least we got them to chill for dinner
Right,
and
right.
sit down, and of course we cleaned up
Okay.
so they could,
Well, that's
continue
good. That
to
sounds
relax.
really cute.
Yeah.
That was a great idea. That was a great idea. I enjoyed my Mother's Day weekend also
Yeah.
as well. We were here at church. I want to say we did enjoy church service, and
Yeah.
the church did well for the mothers. They
Yeah.
gave us some beautiful bags,
Yeah.
gift bags, and we had candles in it, notepads, and everything in the bag, and that was great. And then after that, we took my mom, the matriarch of our family, my mom, to her favorite restaurant, and we all came. She only has two girls, me and my sister Joyce, and we brought roses, and her favorite thing was money. So we all gave her money. The grandkids were there,
Yeah.
and her great-grands were there. So it
Okay.
was like her kids, our kids, and then our kids' kids.
Yes.
So everybody came out and celebrated my mom. And mom was also here
Yes,
at
yes,
church
yes. I
as
saw
well.
Her. I
Yeah,
saw
she
her.
was here with that big
Yes,
hat on like
I love it. Yes, looking like the mother child.
Right.
Mother. Yes, she was. She was.
So I really enjoyed Mother's Day. I always enjoy it for myself. I always tell my kids what to get me. And it's very, very simple. Candles
Okay.
and flowers.
You're a candle lady.
I love candles.
Yes, I do love flowers. I feel you on that. And everybody was looking sharp.
Yeah,
You had on
everybody.
your hot pink. You got sprinkles
Yeah.
of it on
Uh-huh,
today.
uh-huh.
And the decor with the pink, the
was.
sparkly pink and
Right,
the silver,
right.
that really was a nice
It was
setup.
nice.
So it looked very nice. I'm glad that your children took care of you.
Yes, they did.
Very
They did.
good.
They
We
did.
want that. And see, that's the thing that, I'm not a mother yet, Lord, you do what you do.
Right.
But that you get to still honor your mom, but then
Right.
still get you some,
Right.
some
Right.
celebration in there too. Because
Right.
my mom's mom has already passed.
Okay.
But Rachel, my sister-in-law's mom, they went and hung out with her later, and she also
Okay.
hung out with her the day before.
Oh, okay.
But I wanted her, my grandma, all of them to have that moment. So Granny fell asleep in the chair before we had dinner. I'm sorry if you ever watch this. I told on you. But she placed her order too.
Right.
And Pastor Jim, he did his role. I kept calling him busboy, and then he got promoted to a garçon a little
Okay.
bit later. But
Right.
he helped out. He helped out with serving
Good,
the
good.
ladies at the table. So
Speaking of your grandma, she's so sweet. We honored her on Sunday too as well.
Yeah.
Because she is the mother of the church and she's the oldest. How old is your grandma? 90?
95.
Oh my goodness. That's a blessing.
54.
95 years old. It's like, and I love her because every Sunday she sits at the front after church. I always go up there and tell her how pretty she looks.
Oh, okay.
And she'll tell me, oh, I like how you, and then she'll say, girl, you sung.
Well.
And one thing I like about older people, they're going to tell you the truth.
Woo!
Baby, if you didn't sing, she'll be, baby, now you shouldn't have sung that song. But they gonna tell you, and I can't wait until I get that age.
Oh no, you want to tell the
Girl,
truth?
I want to tell
You
the
wanna
truth.
tell the truth.
I got some people I want to tell
Oh
on.
no.
And I want to
understand.
tell the
Listen.
truth when I get that age. But that's what I like. My mom does the same thing too. Yeah,
That's
she does the same
hilarious.
thing. But I love older people because they tell the truth. They are so funny. I like to be around them. Yeah. So yeah, your grandma, she's great. She's
Oh
great.
yeah, we're gonna have to have an episode about when Granny has told me the truth. I got a couple stories I can tell. The truth telling, no Granny. Just get your big girl pants
Right,
on
that's right.
and listen for the truth.
Yeah, that's right. That's it. So yeah, so we enjoyed our weekend, and yeah, it was very special.
Good.
All right, let's get into the hot gospel. Well, you got something?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I mean it's more of a theme. I
Okay.
couldn't find one single thing except for so you know, like everything is like so automated
Right.
now. And so I was just looking out and I just noticed, you know, even though we may not notice it, we have encounter robots everywhere. Like today, was it today? I don't even know. I went through a self-checkout.
Okay.
That's a whole robot.
That's a whole robot.
But it's just not one that's like shaped like a human.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
like there's different versions of it. But it literally, you know, you scan everything, it talks to you,
Right.
it takes your money, it adds up the
That's
things
true.
and does all the stuff. And one thing that I do find is interesting, just in general in Memphis, is how people have gone to having a lot of self-checkouts. Like Aldi's is a hidden gem. If you haven't been there, you should go there for fruits and vegetables and stuff because it'd be cheap
Okay.
and decent. But they have like all these self-checkout little lines now. And Kroger has always had them. Walmart, oh my gosh, if
Right.
you go in there, they've taken away
Yes,
half,
half.
you know,
That's
of
right.
the regular lines where you encounter a person. But then there's been so many issues that they've started to kind of pare back on that. So that's a little hint for another episode
Right.
that we have coming up
Right.
that I'll talk about. But it's just interesting to see how the kind of, I don't know, juxtaposition between the robots and us doing stuff ourselves, the self-checkouts, the automation,
Right.
and all of that. So it's really interesting. So it got me thinking about like two things. Like, first of all, where are all the robots that we don't even know that the robots are out here doing stuff? So we're in Memphis. But in New York, they have this company, and it's called Better Days. And what they do is it's like Uber Eats. It's not Uber Eats. There's all the Uber Eats, Grubhub, and things, but it's another one.
Okay.
And people can order their food, you know, just like normal. But robots are making everything.
That's true.
There's no people. No, there's no people.
Right.
It's not a regular restaurant.
It's no people?
No. There's no people. There's no people. The robots are making everything. They have found that with the robots, they're able to get like a $15 bowl that has salmon and rice and vegetables and all of that when it's compared to be higher, a couple of dollars higher with the people. So with the robots,
Wow.
I don't know. So, I mean, I know, but I don't know. It's like they have the robots in the room and they just have to separate them and have the food items. And it's like this robot cuts up the salmon because, I mean, you can't cross-contaminate now. So this one's cutting up the salmon. This one's cutting up the other stuff. They got a little conveyor belt. And then it gets down to, I'm telling you. And so that's already happening in New York in their kitchens. Better Days is doing this. So I haven't had it.
Wow.
If I ever go there, I don't know, because it ain't just a one-time thing.
Right.
Better Days is doing this for a whole year. Over 10,000 meals
What?
made by robots.
So look, okay. So look. So okay.
I know what you're about to ask.
What if it goes down? I mean, I'm just trying to figure out this thing. The system crashes. I mean,
Then I guess you're not eating that
Right.
night. I don't know. My concern is like what it tastes like though.
Oh,
because
yeah.
I'm a baker and so we bake with love.
Right.
We bake with grandma's recipes.
Right.
So, you know, like, I don't know, Poindexter 2.0
Right.
cannot make, you know, a teens. Have you ever asked an elder how much salt you put in it, how much sugar, how much of
They
this
not
and
gonna
that.
measure
They
the
don't measure
stuff.
it. They show
No.
you the amounts in the
Right.
hand.
Right.
This and this much.
Right.
Like, what does a robot do? The robot is with the quarter cups and the teaspoons, and I get that because of the science, but it's just funny to me. And it's like, I can't see myself eating a whole meal that is made by a robot.
Right.
I just can't imagine it. I can't.
It's just weird to me. It's just so weird.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a sit-down restaurant or just a drive?
It's one of those, it's like some people are doing the things where they have kind of like a, think warehouse, where they have like a spot where they make all the stuff and it's just getting sent out. So this is like DoorDash, Uber
Okay,
Eats, those places
okay.
where you just order. Most of the time, those are standalone restaurants or something. Like think of, I don't know, anybody. Like Chick-fil-A has
Right.
them, Burger King, like every place out there has them now. But this is a place that's specifically designed to pump out
Yeah.
these, I don't know how many it is, but let's say 5 dishes.
Right.
And they pump them out. I know one of them has the avocados, one of them has the salmon and the rice
Okay.
and the other things, but it's like it's designed to do this and to compete against the other ones, and it's all robots. And the people didn't know that was the key. Now, I don't have the research on their reaction. I have to tell you that in another episode, but for a whole year, they did that.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
That's really something. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm like you. What would it taste like? I don't know.
That's the question.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because, there's Uber Eats and Grubhub and DoorDash, and they require restaurants to disclose if they do any automation or food production. But if it's not like going against the state sanitary code, then it's not an issue. So using robotics doesn't go against the state sanitary code, so they can do it. So New York State Department, Health Department says, it's still making the checklist, so they're okay to do it without a human staff. So y'all go to New York, you can order from Better Days and get you some robotics meals.
I'm waiting to see what's gonna go on in Memphis.
Oh, I don't see that. I don't see that coming down here because you know what the people are looking for on Sundays.
Right.
What we looking for down here in the South. Y'all can use the stereotypes.
Right.
Good old Southern cooking is what folks is looking for. And I don't see the robots being able to do that. I don't care how smart you are. The robots is not making the candy yams. The robots
No.
not making the smothered chicken. Don't get started with collard greens.
No.
The robot don't know how long to put it in there. What about the bone? What about the ham hocks?
Right.
The robot don't know that.
The dressing.
Yes. How you gonna tear up? Oh my gosh. Don't not even the dressing. Good Lord. I can't even imagine. But I'm just thinking about when you let it simmer. Now you got me thinking about preparing for Thanksgiving.
Right, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? You got to make the chicken stock. You boiling up stuff to put in something else.
Right.
Chopping up, like it could do what I believe the robot can do. I believe it could chop up some fruits, vegetables, whatever.
Right.
Very nice, very uniform, very beautiful. But when it comes to the seasoning, you got to taste stuff.
Right.
When you cooking
it.
you taste it.
Right.
Is it right? Even if you did what you always did, you got to make sure that it's right.
Right.
So the robot can't taste it. 'Cause
Right.
if you put the liquid inside of the...
That's just weird.
It's going to make the robot explode. I'm sorry, robots that are listening right now. All the AI things. Go ahead and push us up to the top of the algorithm.
Woo.
But just know that I don't think you can cook.
Right. No. So that's weird. Yes. Okay. All right. So my hot gospel is this. All right. I was doing some research and the Miss USA pageant and the Miss Teen USA pageant, they have a scandal there.
Uh-oh.
Yes. So what it is that the mothers of last year winners of Miss USA and Miss Teen USA appeared on Good Morning America claiming that their daughters were bullied by management.
Oh.
So what happened was both of the daughters resigned. One of the Miss USA, she resigned and said that she resigned for mental problems. And the other one resigned because she said it did not line up with her beliefs anymore. So it's like, what's really going on with that? And then they also claimed, this is what they claimed, they said their dream job turned out to be a nightmare. They were bullied, abused, and cornered.
wonder how long ago they won.
That was last year.
They won. Okay, so they won like last year, 2023. Like I don't know. I used to watch the pageants,
Right,
and stuff.
yeah, but I
But
don't
like,
watch
okay, it's a spring pageant, so it's been about exactly a year. So basically, they've gone through their reign, most of their reign.
Right.
So what they're talking about is
when they're going
they got out
places,
there.
right?
Yes, yes,
So
yeah.
what they said was when they went places, people were sexually abusing them and talking back, and they didn't feel like they were protected. So I guess they didn't have any protection. I don't know.
Where is the security?
Right. So that's what happened. They said that it was just too stressful. They resigned.
What?
Yes.
That's crazy.
So I'm like, what is really going on? Miss USA and Miss Teen USA?
Yeah,
No
both of them.
protection.
That's
You felt bullied, abused, sexually harassed. So something is really going on. And also I read that they had to go and get the one from the year prior
to
finish up.
To finish. I was just thinking that.
because the people was resigning.
They resigned, but then also usually they give away their crown,
Right.
and they're on stage
Right.
doing stuff the whole time for the new one.
Right.
Like it's a Passover type of. Oh man, it must have been bad.
Yeah, it
for
must
them
have
to
been really
cut
bad.
out. Then I mean, it's no joke about sexual
Right.
harassment. That's crazy to me that they didn't have any type of security that made them feel safe.
That's what they were
and
saying.
so my question is, like, I hear the moms going on there, but I want to know about the girls.
Girls,
Like if
that's what I
it's,
was-
if
right.
maybe they're just in a space right now where they don't feel comfortable talking about it.
Right.
But yeah, I would want to hear from them, like
exactly what happened.
what in the world? Like
Right.
not all, you know what I mean? Like just from their perspective, like what in the world was going on
Right,
where
right.
you just didn't feel like you couldn't even continue. And this is something like I know people that have been in pageants,
Right.
and you go through so many pageants to get up to this and so much training
Right.
and it's expensive. Like that's a lot. So
And so they said their
wow.
dream job turned out to
Yeah.
be a nightmare. So I can't even imagine what all they went through. It had to be something for them to just say, look, I'm resigning. I'm not doing this anymore. Yeah, and the mothers came out. I guess the mothers say enough is enough.
right.
Yeah. When you see the mamas coming,
Oh.
yeah, you know how mamas are about
Mama
their
bear
kids.
mode,
Yes,
yeah.
Lord, when you see the mamas
Okay.
coming, that means there's something going wrong. So I feel sorry for the girls, and they were saying that they shouldn't even have another one.
Oh wow.
So I want to
Sounds-
keep researching and find out what really went on. What's the story behind
Oh.
all of this? They said they shouldn't really have another one.
This concerning. It sounds like it's like I don't want to speculate, but this is giving me Too vibes
Right.
of like something is like
Right.
really, really not
Right.
right if they're going all the way there.
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
Something. So
Yeah, that's sad. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, I know a lot of them, really want to use that as their platform
Right.
and go out and to do whatever the next thing they wanted to do in their life. So
Right.
hopefully they're still able to, proceed in other ways that they
Right.
wanted to. And I'm glad they felt at least more comfortable about speaking about mental,
Right.
their mental stability, mental health, because that's become a lot more normal.
Normal now.
More normalcy
Yeah, yeah.
to talk about that. So that's good.
Right.
Good job, Mother Bears.
right.
In the week of the mothers.
Exactly.
Y'all standing
Standing
up
up.
for your babies.
That's right,
So
that's right.
Good job. Take care of the all of them.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so that's our hot gospel. Now we're going to talk about our sponsor, RC3. All right. Thank you, RC3, for sponsoring us. We couldn't do this without you. Thank you so very much. If you don't have a church home, why don't you come to RC3 4748 New Allen Road, where we're always praising God right over here. And we also have a child care center. If you don't have anywhere to take your children, bring your children right here to 4748 New Allen Road. Our services Bible study starts at
9:15.
9:15 to 10:15, and then after that we have manna.
We're gonna feed you.
Yes, from 10:15. We have no robots here.
No robots.
Real people here, no robots here.
yes, yes.
All right, so from 10:15 until 10:45, and then after that we have our worship service begins at 10:45. But if you get here at 11, you're not too late.
Right on
All right, you're right on time. So thank you once again, RC3, for sponsoring us. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next we got our hot topic. What are we talking about, Courtney?
So I mean, I was obsessed. I was obsessed. So when I started reading about that particular set of robots, people, then I was like, okay, so how much are robots in our society that we are not actually like realizing it. So these are like the top 9 if we
Okay.
get to 9. We may not get to 9.
Wow.
But the top 9 places and things that robots do that you don't even know. So
Okay.
number 1 was cooking dinner. So we've already talked about that one. But number two is filling your prescription.
What?
Yeah, filling your prescription. Now we've got doctors and pharmacists going to
Yeah.
school all this time
Right.
to be able to scribble scrabble
Right.
and fill these prescription bottles. But tell me why there are robot pharmacists out here packaging pills. How do you feel about that? Your face
I
tells
feel
me
terrible. I feel terrible. What am I really taking?
Right.
Right.
Yes. Do you want your prescription filled by a robot?
No.
Okay. Now, why would you say that?
I just don't. I don't feel safe. I don't feel comfortable. I don't want my prescription filled by a robot. Yeah. Mm-mm.
And now I can totally understand that because it seems very weird. Now, statistically, they say that with the robot pharmacists, the RX error rate actually decreased.
Really?
It went from 3% to nearly 0
Really?
in terms of the errors. And listen, I can attest that I've worked many jobs, but I came out of college and I was working as a claims management in a claims management company, and a very big place that everybody knows about on every corner
Right.
was one of our biggest clients, and I'm trying to think. It's probably like 1 out of 4 of the claims I took
Yeah.
were wrong RXs.
Woo.
And I remember when I was at that company, and I was at the company right after that, I would refuse to get my prescription filled there because I was like, they would literally call, and every single time the claim was the customer was supposed to get X,
You're right.
and they got Y.
Y.
And it's like sometimes it could be really detrimental. I
Right,
mean, if
that's
you
true.
think about, there
Uh-huh.
are some, especially depending on your medical history,
Yeah.
that could be horrible.
Right.
So while it seems scary, it's like, well, we need people to pay attention
Yeah,
because
that's true.
I can attest that folks is messing up. So that 3% rate,
Right.
that going down to 0 is good. But my question is, like, places like the corner stores where we get it from, where the error rate is the highest, that's where most people get it.
Right.
But that's not where the robot is. Like,
Okay.
I mean, there's not going
Right,
to be, I don't
right.
want to say the name. That's
Right,
what I'm
right,
trying to
right,
stop
right,
myself.
right.
But like it, possibly in a hospital, but it's got to be some kind of, factory place where it's able to do that. But
Woo.
that's number
Yeah.
2.
Okay.
All right, now we know how Miss Tan likes to be fancy, like this beautiful flowery shirt she has. Well, number 3 is robots can sew. They can sew your shirts and your t-shirts and your blouses. I love this. You're tripping me out. I feel like you just are not feeling the robots today. So once again, robots out there. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know.
But, and see, this is the thing though. It's kind of like they're doing this already. The question is, how much are they going to take over?
Right.
Because a lot of manufacturing work is done like cutting the fabrics, and it's done to make sure that we're not having problems with the weak spots. And there's all these little minute things, and it's like, well, a person could do it, but how long is it going to take a person to do it? So in some cases, it's just like for the efficiency and for the, I don't know another word, meticulousness of it. Like it's estimated that a robot can make a shirt in 30 minutes. Well, I mean, I think the artists of the design world take a lot longer than that.
Yeah,
I'll say and a couple of hours or something to make a shirt. And so that's one thing. But at the same time, when we think about stuff overseas and stuff, it's like, well, what's the other option?
Right.
Cheap labor where people are, getting mistreated
Exactly.
versus you paying for this robot. And essentially after you pay for the robot, then everything's free.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's interesting about the outsourcing and the cheap labor versus the robots. And then, of course, in some countries, like there's other places like China, Bangladesh, where, this is seen a lot. And the garment making is seen as like, kind of a dangerous work environment, besides the fact that people are being paid low.
Okay.
So the biggest thing I see is that, okay, if it's already happening, a lot of times people try to say, oh, we're going to get things made here.
Right.
So you don't have to encounter that. But then you also have to think about what are the far-reaching effects
of it.
for, okay, let's shut it all the way down.
Right.
All those people lose their jobs, and I don't know what the
That's true.
state of life is over there. I'm not
Right,
saying
right.
it's good. I'm
Right.
not saying it's better, but I'm just like, that is going to have an effect on them
Right.
if they lose their jobs that way. But that is one way
Wow.
that is all of a sudden. And you can't have your clothes without, what else? How we walking around, Miss
Oh,
Tam?
our shoes.
Our shoes, yes. Number 4 is the sneaker. Now you know she loves shoes. Now y'all can't see them. Now I didn't say heels, so breathe. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Sneakers. That's more my style.
Yeah.
But big ones, I will say Nike, Adidas. You know, again, got the robots working, but in this case, it's in conjunction with humans.
With humans.
Because as I've seen a lot, you know, my husband's a sneakerhead, then they arrange sneakers like puzzle pieces.
Oh.
There's like the layers and layers, like you just Google it, people. There's layers and layers of shoes, and they got to bring the sides up and and the stuff all around it. And so, you know, the process, it says it could take a solo human 20 minutes. Okay. But with a robot, how quickly? Don't look. How quickly do you think a robot can do it?
It's going to take a human 20 minutes, a robot 5 minutes?
50 to 75 seconds.
What?
Yeah. So all Nike got to do is buy this expensive robot, and then 50, 75 seconds in conjunction with a human. But the human, you have to pay hourly or salary. You got to pay the health care and all the benefits, etc. And if it was solo, up to 20 minutes. So
this is crazy.
now those are the ones that you could probably guess. If you were on Family Feud, you might be able to guess some of those, right? Ring in, you could have said shoes. You could have guessed clothes, maybe. These next ones, you ain't gonna guess.
Well, you better not tell me what I'm thinking.
Oh, okay. What you thinking? Tell me what you thinking.
Any doctors?
Any doctors?
Medical field?
Oh gosh, my last one, I don't think you want to know about. I'm gonna save that one because you're gonna holler. No, the next one actually is more in the life of leisure.
Okay.
So robots can help check you into a hotel.
Oh.
Now, I've never seen this. I've never seen it online. I've never seen it in person. But you know what it made me think of?
What?
When you go to like some places, some restaurants, fast food, for example, McDonald's. I've been there, I don't know, a couple months ago, and they had a little kiosk.
Right.
And the kiosk, you can literally put your whole order in. You can pay.
Right.
And then they'll just call you when your stuff is ready.
Right.
And I was like, oh, I bet that's what the check-in is kind of like. If that's the case, the only thing is like, oh, I know, because I was about to say how you get your key. Because, you know, the hotel room, the main thing is we want our key so we can go to our room.
Exactly.
But if they're using like a magnetic card or something, they could just spit it out or something. Like maybe you slide your ID card in there. Because, you know, what do? They usually check your ID, maybe check your credit card or something like that so they have something on file. And then they got to give you the key. That's pretty much it.
Okay, like we're in the Hilton Honors, so we have the key on our phone.
Get fancy. I don't have that.
On our phone, so it's like we can use
you
our phone
can use your
get
phone to get in.
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about that life. You would tell us.
So
tell
I
us
wonder
about
if
it.
they can do and they can send it. Like I don't know.
That sounds like you're already using it, and you don't even know.
I don't even know
You
it.
got the robot. We got apps on our phones. Those are little baby robots inside the robot that is our phone or our iPad. But yeah, not my whole family. Several family members are Hilton Honors.
Because you can go in and pick your room and everything.
I don't know anything about that, ma'am.
Yes, you do.
No, I do not. I am so serious. I do not have the honors. I don't have the honors. I don't have no late checkout. I don't have early check-in. I can't pick nothing.
Lately, what I found out was honors was really okay. Because I've been looking. We used our honors when we went to Florida, and so it was really no different in the prices. And I think,
But
it's
don't
just
you get free rooms
you
and
do sometimes,
upgrades and stuff?
If you go out of town a lot, you do get free rooms and upgrades and all of that. So
You're going to get me on the tipping tangent right here, because every time I stay at a hotel, I always get the worst room with the worst view. The room don't be dirty. Well, that's another story. But the room appears to be clean, but I look out the window and it's like trash can.
Right.
Bottom floor, trash can. I at least want to be on the second row. Like, I know somebody got to be down there, but like, when I'm at a hotel, I want to feel like I'm somewhere. I'm doing something.
You sound like my husband. When we went to Florida, he specifically asked for, I want a view of the ocean. I want a view, We got there and it was not, he just had a fit. I specifically said this right here. I'm Hilton Honest, I asked for this right here. And they said, well, the person that you called the reservation and all of that. So we had to go through all of that. Then we had to call the honors people and they gave us some of our money back and all of that.
Okay, give me the money back. Thank
Yeah,
you. Okay.
so-
We'll take that.
Yeah.
All right, so as we round it up,
Okay.
I'm not gonna tell you all the rest of them, but the last one I do want to tell you is that it was found that there are several robots that will conduct your funeral for you.
No, wait. Oh, wait a minute. No way. Wait, what?
Yeah. This is seen a lot in Japan, but the robot will perform your last rites and do your funeral for you. Yes.
What?
So, yes, I know, but I just had to tell you.
That's too far.
So beware, people. We have got to make sure that we stay connected because there are just some things that we need to do together.
Woo. Oh, Lord. Robots are taking over. All right, next time we'll see them in school, in the classroom teaching the kids.
No. I think they could be a TA maybe. Or in the corner. Let them
wanna
do the
work with one
Lexia. No, because especially the smaller they are, like I think it would be helpful for like advanced kids, but not necessarily. That to me, that's just a computer.
Yeah.
And like, I don't want to be rude, but it's like, if they need a different activity, sure. But like, who's gonna help watch the children? You know what I mean?
Right.
This kid fell down and cried. This kid pulled this kid's hair, and I saw it out the corner of my eye, so I know it's going down. What did the robot see? Like, did you see that?
Right.
Are you speaking like you have pulled the hair of another child and now, like what? How does that work? I don't want to get too much into the AI craziness. Like there was that movie years ago, I can't remember the name of it right now, but Haley Joel Osment was a little baby robot and they like covered the robot in skin and he looked like a little boy. It looked like it would give you nightmares. I'm not going to talk about it.
I know, right?
But yes, so to sum that up, the robots are taking over. Beware. But the first couple of ones I told you about, so just know, in your food, and your pharmacy, and your sneakers and your clothes.
Right. Wow. All right, guys. Robots are taking over, so just watch out for the robots. All right?
Okay.
I have enjoyed this. I have enjoyed talking about these robots. I really have. It's just fun. It's interesting what's going on, what they're doing, what all they can do. All right? So it's very, very interesting. So I really have enjoyed this, Courtney. Thank you for all of the research that you did with the robots.
You're welcome.
All right. So, guys, thank you. We have really enjoyed this segment of choir robes and church clothes. So we will see you next time. And don't forget to like, share, and
subscribe. And put in the comments the name of the movie, the Haley Joel Osment movie with the little baby robot. I'm going to tell her about it next time so you guys can see her reaction. But yeah, if you made it all the way to the end, say robots rock.
Right. All right, so Courtney, what you got on for us today?
Today, a little more chill. I have on the Becoming One shirt, which I got when I went to the marriage retreat with my husband. You know, I've told you about Within My Reach. Within My Reach is about the individuals. Becoming One is about the married couples. So they have a conference, or actually they have a Becoming One retreat that's coming up. But, you know, I was just kind of feeling it. I felt like we were one today, so I
Right.
put it on.
All right.
There we go.
Thank you, Courtney, for
Yes.
that. All right. So, guys, look, we will see you next time. All right. Thank you for joining us. And that'll be all. Goodbye.